I think probably I should finish over the top of these and just be too strong late. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a great meeting. The autumn has officially started. Of course, nature stripped the one to beat in the CAVIAR. And what a great undercard it is with the CS Hayes and the Talindert stakes. Let's get it in the preview. Race 1 is a benchmark 84 handicap over the 2,000 metres for the stayers. This is the market headed by $3.70 for Crystal Pegasus, $5 for Renoso, and $6 for Tycoon Beck. This is the last start effort of Tiger on New Year's Day in the Baggett handicap. He's going to be at the back for most of the race, but he has an excellent turn of foot, and he showed that in this race, where he came to the outside of runners and came booming down the middle of the track. He's got to carry the big weight got to carry the top weight in 61 kilos, but he comes out of a listed race back to benchmark level. He's got the best form in the race, and I think he's the one that will come over the top of them late. I'm with Tiger to start the day at Flemington. Was good last start at Flemington, winning the Baggett, which was a listed race, coming back to benchmark 84. And his trial was well. He's had one to get ready for this, and he won it. So I think he's going to win. $10 for him to win. Renoso at $5 is interesting to me. Was a very good winner last start under Damien Oliver at the Valley. Crystal Pegasus comes down from Sydney. And Guizzo is in really good form. But Tiger to blaze the trail at Flemington and win the first. Race 2 is a benchmark 84 over the 1,600 metres. This is the market headed by Tuvalu at $2.15, Gentleman Roy at $3.10, and the rest of the runners in double-figure odds. This is the last start effort of Tuvalu in the Port Fairy Cup at Warrnambool, where she bounded out of the gates, went straight to the lead, and never looked like losing. She bounded off the turn, gave a really strong kick, and won well. Spaced the field by, I'd say, around 5 or 6 lengths. And the form has been good, with the second horse in Zoltan coming out and winning at the Valley at its next start. I'm with Tuvalu in race 2 at Flemington. He's the best horse in the race. 4 from 6. Couple of placings. I think she'll win. Gentleman Roy is the biggest danger. Is in really good form. High and Dry is really good over the Flemington 1,600 metres. $15 is over the odds and is a value runner. Zach has at 16, second up. Interested to see how he goes. $30 the win on Tuvalu. For the place on High and Dry. That's the way I'm going to be tackling race 2 at Flemington. Race 3 is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 1,600 metres. This is the market headed by Yonce, the unbeaten horse, at $2.60. American Angel at $4.40. And Groovy Kinda Love at $7.50. This is the last start effort of American Angel at Moonee Valley. She jumped well, but was restrained in midfield. And then when coming up to the turn, she put the field away within 2 strides, went right around the field, and kicked and won really, really well. Now, I know what you're going to be saying. Tight track may have suited her, but I think getting to a bigger track, being Flemington, it's just going to suit her even more. She's in ripping form. And Jamie Carr's had 2 starts on now for 2 wins. And I think that is a good chance. I'm with American Angel in race 3. Jamie Carr's been on her last 2 starts and 1 on her. Prior to that had been running into the second money. Yonce, obviously a winning chance. Unbeaten 3 from 3. Johnny Allen's 1 on her all time. Is a great chance. Groovy Kinda Love in for 3rd. At $7.50 is a good place chance. And Modern Millie, James McDonald is riding. You don't see James McDonald riding many $11 shots. But all that being said, I'm with American Angel. $10 to win. Race 4 is a listed Talindert Stakes over the 1,100 metres. One of the sprints of the day at Flemington. This is the market headed by Waltz On By at $5.50. I'm Loving Ya at 6 and Kiku at 750. This is the last start effort of Renosu at Caulfeild over the 1,000 metres. And he travelled well in the lead, but was slightly disappointing in the run that he produced, fading late. But I think getting back to the straight track of Flemington at 100 metres, because he's only had both of his starts at 1,000 metres, out to the 1,100 metres, I think is over the odds at $15 and should be hard to beat. I'm with Renosu in the Talindert at Flemington. $15 is over the odds. Let me say that to begin with. Considering that on debut was up against Brereton, and he went on to be competitive in the Group 3 at Caulfeild at his last start, which was an end of prep run. But he's had 2 goes down the straight for a placing and a win, I'm pretty sure. But then they took him to Caulfeild, and I think he didn't go that well at going around a bend. Back to Flemington, down the straight, 1,100 metres. I think he's very likeable. $15 is over the odds. Miss How Fire for second. Good form, win and a second to her name. Stupendo, the only other one with race form down the straight. 1 start for a win, 15 again over the odds. And Waltz On By had a first start in a group race at Caulfeild a couple of weeks back. But I'm with Renosu. 7 each way looks a good bet for me. Race 5 is the Group 3 Tab Vanity over the 1,400 metres. This is the market headed by Socialist at $4. Barbara at $4.20 and Cardigan Queen at $5. This is the last start effort of Manouche at Caulfeild over the 1,400 metres, where he jumped really well and settled in a very prominent position. He was actually leading for a bit of the race, but was pressured by Ruby Mockingbird near the entire way. And when coming up to the turn was clearly headed by that horse, but he kicked strong in the straight and won really, really well. Not a lot of depth to this Vanity, I think. And I've got Manouche on top. 4 starts, 2 wins, and 2 seconds. I think he's way over the odds at $11 and should be a lot shorter. Fine point for second. Comes down from Sydney. Chris Waller, J-Mac. Last time they were at Flemington, they absolutely dominated the Spring Carnival. Barbara for third, was on trial, was heading for an Oaks Path, but was pulled out of it. And Cardigan Queen was a good winner last start at Sandown and has been saved for this. 3 each way on Manouche. That's the way I'm playing the Tab Vanity. Race 6 is the Group 3 CS Hayes Stakes over the 1,400 metres. This is the market headed by Pinstripe, the unbeaten horse again at $3.20. Passero at $6. Lightsaber at $6.50. And Cap the Vaunt as well at the $6 quote. This is the last start effort of Lightsaber at Caulfeild in the Group 1 CF4 stake, where he absolutely bombed the start and, to be honest, was never a winning chance after he did that, because most people, even I, thought he would be leading. And he was just tacked onto the group for most of the race. I think getting to Flemington, being a big track, is great. Back in grade from Group 1 to Group 3. 650 is over the odds, and he's the one in my mind to beat. I'm with Lightsaber in the Group 3 CSA Stakes. He had his last start last weekend in the Group 1 CF4. He bombed the start. Completely forgive that run. He's better than that. Pinstripe for second. Obviously, he can win. He's 2 from 2, and he could remain undefeated. Passero, good winner last start, and he's again undefeated. Zethus for third at $11. He's the value in the race. But I'm with Pinstriped and Lightsaber to get one of them to get the chocolates. $10 on them both each way, and one of them should be winning. Slight leaning towards Lightsaber over the last start, and the fact that if he did jump cleanly, he would have finished in the placings.
McDonald hasn't flinched yet. 2-3 lengths in front of Loving Gabby in her time, Elise. Nature Strip goes for home at the clock tower. 100 metres to go. 4 lengths in front, almost 5. Nature Strip with a devastating performance won the Classic.
Here we go. This is it. This is the Group 1 of the day. The Black Caviar Lightning, the race of the autumn over the 1,000 metres at Flemington. With Nature Strip, the 260 favourite, with Eduardo at 420. And Home Affairs, the Coolmore winner, at 650. This is the last trial of Nature Strip down the straight at Flemington. It was on the inside of runners coming down the straight, and the jockey over the last, I'd say probably 50 to 75 metres, wasn't riding at all. He did it all under his own steam. He is definitely the one to beat here. His overall record tells you that Jamie Caron, rinse and repeat of last year's efforts in the Lightning Stakes. Look, I'm saying it now. Nature Strip bolts in. He's a multiple Group 1 winner down the straight in winning the Darley Classic twice. He won this race last year with Jamie Carr in the saddle. I think it just sets up perfectly for him, and he'll win. Eduardo is biggest danger. He is Nature Strip's nemesis. Beaten him a couple of starts, but I just think Nature Strip is going to be going so well here. Geoffrey again has beaten him. Question is, how is he going? But his form down the straight is absolutely electric, and the Inferno brings the different form into the race, being a former Singaporean horse. But I think that Nature Strip is the best bet of the day. $50 on him to win, and $10 the place on Geoffrey. That should get us a collect in the Group 1 Black Caviar Lightning. Now, these are the tips. I put a poll up on my Twitter, and these are the results. Nature Strip to win, Eduardo to run, Eduardo second, Home Affairs third, and the Inferno fourth. Not too different to my numbers, but I think Profiteer is also another place chance in the race. Race 8 is the listed ELMS Stakes over the 1,400 metres. This is the market headed by Corner Pocket at $4, Mr. Brightside at $4.20, and Elephant at $7.50. This is the last start effort of Elephant when he was first up at Caulfeild over the 1,400 metres, and on this occasion Damien Lane rode him. He jumped well and he settled in a prominent position for most of the race, and then round about the 500 came booming, got off the heels of Evening Glory, and came booming down the track with an incredible turn of foot. And he is the one. I couldn't split two of them, but he's one of the ones that I've got on top. I found this very hard, this race, but I ended up landing on two horses, Elephant and Corner Pocket. Couldn't split them. Elephant, he's unbeaten first up, 3 from 3, 7 from 6 on good ground. And he's very good at this distance runs, being at 1,400 metres. Now, don't say that he can't run it, because first up, last time in, he won over 1,400 metres at Caulfeild. And it was a really good win. Corner Pocket second. He's going to be up on the speed, and he's just a winning machine. They tried their damnedest to beat him last start. Couldn't do it. Cherry Tortoni for third. Patrick Payne, I think he's going to have a great autumn. And I think Cherry Tortoni can sneak a top 3 spot here. And $10 is over the odds. And King Magnus, the only entered into the All-Star Mile yesterday, $90 over the odds. But I'm with Elephant and Corner Pocket, $10 each way. Couldn't split them both. Race 9 is a benchmark 84 over the 1,200 metres to finish the day. This is the market with the Garden, the favourite, at $2.60, Rose Quartz at $4.80, and Pioneer River at $5. This is the last start effort of Pioneer River at the Valley at 1,200 metres against In the Boat. He jumped well and settled in a prominent position. It was always in a prominent position for most of the race. But then he couldn't pick up, and I think that was because of the fact that he was going around a bend in the tight turning track of the Valley. And the format of the race has been good, with Vainstream winning a couple of days ago. I think getting back to the straight course of Flemington, he is going to be incredibly hard to beat, and is over the odds. I'm with Pioneer River at the end of the day. He's getting back to Flemington. and he's got excellent form down the straight. And to be honest, $5 is over the odds. He should be much, much shorter in the market. Rose Quartz for second is going really well this time in. She's going terrifically. Jumbo Asaki is my value in the race. He's not terrible down the straight, and he's very good at Flemington, and at this distance, he's pretty good as well. 51 over the odds. More of a place chance than a winning chance, and not to be missed. Beat It's Our Time a couple of runs back, and then It's Our Time ran second to Hal Borson, who is a gun straight horse. But I'm with Pioneer River in the last. 50 in the win. That'll get us a collect. For those of you who don't know, my tips for Saturday racing for metro meetings around the country will be up on my Twitter, and I also do the tips for most meetings in Victoria. Thank you for watching my preview of Black Caviar Lightning Stakes Day. I hope we get a winner, and I hope that Nature Strip wins the big one. Thank you for watching.